What is up, guys? My name is Creature Play and welcome to my newest player review video. I'd like to give a shout out to Boone, Stewie, and Pancake as always for helping me grab some of this footage. Today we're going to be reviewing the new 99 overall Golden Ticket Cam Newton. He offers 98 speed, 99 throwing power, 96 short, 98 medium, and 95 deep. He also offers 10 to long pass style and 8 to ground pound style. Some of his other stats in here: he has 95 acceleration with 87 carrying. He also has 92 stiff arm, 92 spin move, and 94 juke move. It's the crispest juke move out of quarterback that I've used so far. Today is Tuesday, April 19th. As always, prices will change, but right now on Xbox One he's going for about 1.88 and about 2.3 on PS4. So with that, we're going to go ahead and get right into it. As always, I like to start off with the deep pass verticals on pretty much any player that I do review. The quarterback that I want to kind of compare him to, that I said was the best quarterback, the last quarterback review I did, which was that hoop star McNabb. I gave that McNabb my vote for the best quarterback in the game. He has unfortunately been taken down, and the crown is now on Cam Newton's head. He deep ball specifically, since that's what we're on. There's just something about the way that he places the vertical pass, the deep pass, into the receiver's hands that just feels so different than any other quarterback that I've used for some reason. It's like he's leading the pass forward, if that makes any sense, but it just always seems to be perfectly placed on every single deep throw. His medium was not an issue either. In fact, the only passes that I did have inaccuracies with, which you'll see in a sec, he had 2 deep throws that he overthrew, and 1 medium throw, which was my fault because he was beyond red because I'd been running him for so long. But either way, for the most part, medium and short accuracies, he was 100%. And this is probably over the course of about 6 or 7 test games that I had been playing, and games that I've been playing on my own from head to head. But for the most part, like I said, medium and shorts were 100%. And one of the things that I meant to touch on for deep accuracy, but for all accuracies, was his throwing power. If you've seen some of my other videos of my other quarterbacks, there are a few quarterbacks that have really high throwing power, like Michael Vick, but it doesn't translate in game. It just doesn't feel like they're playing according to their stat. That wasn't the case at all for this Cam Newton. He has 98 throwing power, but it actually feels like he played higher than that. His passes are really, really hard when he throws them, and they go really far on deep balls. Another thing was his release. There's only 2 other quarterbacks that I've used in this game so far this year that have just lightning fast release no matter how far you're throwing it. Like, they don't have to do the huge, load up cocking animation where they just put all their shoulder into it for deep passes. That's Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. And now I can add this Cam Newton to that list also. And I did touch on it earlier, but just to reiterate, he did miss 3 throws out of the games that I played. I only got this 1 clip of the deep ball, but he had 1 more pretty much of the same exact throw right here that he overthrew. And then there was a medium high pass when he was extremely fatigued that he missed also. And naturally, with his 100 throwing on the run stat, I wanted to test that out also. For the most part, it was on point. The only other card that I can compare it to really is that Manziel, who had 99 throwing on the run. And they play pretty evenly and consistently for the most part. They both missed, I'd say, 1 pass out of the however many, which you'll see Cam did miss 1 at the end coming up. But crossbody was no issue. Deep verticals were no issue. Shorts, medium, etc. And with having 99 for Manziel or 100 here, it should be implied that it should be perfect, and it was for the most part. This was one that he did overthrow, but it was just a one-off. Running is obviously one of the big selling points of why you would want this card. I love mobile quarterbacks, and that's half the reason why I got him, is because he's one of the best, runners in the game. I love that halfback card. A big portion of why I thought that McNabb was the best quarterback in the game, in addition to his accuracies, was how well he was on the run. And Cam is pretty much like that McNabb when it comes to breaking tackles, but he actually breaks more tackles in my experience than that McNabb did. And in addition to that, he's 5 stat points faster, which is absolutely noticeable when you're running with him. But the biggest reason that I like him as a mobile quarterback, aside from the fact that he has a dirty juke, he's really ridiculous at his speed, is his acceleration. And that is what I love about this card. I've used that Golden Ticket Manziel, I've used Boss Vic, I've used other quarterbacks that have speed stats as fast as him, but it is night and day difference with him. he takes off instantly, as opposed to other quarterbacks where it takes them a while, and then once they get, you know, up to their speed, they take off. He is just, I mean, look at this clip, for example. This is a perfect example of his acceleration and agility. His rocket fast acceleration and speed, combined with the fact that he breaks a tackle pretty much every time he runs, is just deadly. Another thing that factors into his running is his carrying. He was able to take some pretty big hit sticks. He only fumbled twice out of the test games that I said earlier, but one of them was in the middle of a juke, which any quarterback would do. But he actually, if you saw 2 clips ago, he actually was in the middle of a spin and still took the hit anyway. He also shrugged off an entire hit stick and broke that tackle from 4 clips ago. But for the most part, his carrying was on point, not an issue. Play action was a little weird. I'd say it was about 50-50. If there happened to be somebody that got through on a non-blitzing play, they pretty much fell for it every time. If there was a rusher that came in uncontested, they would fall for it or bite for it 50-50. Pretty much half they would go, and then half obviously they wouldn't fall for it. So overall, in continuance with my scale, I'm going to give him a 10 out of 10 for speed. He is the fastest quarterback I've used. That acceleration makes him faster than anybody else. His agility, he has the nicest juke out of anybody I've used. His spin is ridiculously quick. You know, it's faster than some running backs I've used. And also his maneuverability before he crosses the line of scrimmage is insane. Carrying, 9 out of 10. As I showed you, he only fumbled 2 times, I think, out of, you know, however many games. Very reliable there. Tackle breaking, I'm going to give him a 9.5 out of 10 and not a full 10, just because it's not literally every time. Nobody is absolutely perfect, but it's better than any other quarterback I've used. Throwing power, 9.5 out of 10. Like I said earlier, he's one of the few quarterbacks that plays according to his really high throwing stat. From the point the ball is released to where the receiver catches it, it is one of the highest out of any quarterback. Accuracy, 9.5 out of 10. Like I said, missed maybe 3 out of, you know, maybe 100 plus catches. Either way, like I said, number 1 in the game. If you can afford him, he will absolutely be worth it. As always, thank you guys for watching. Take care.